Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. So you might have started your archery journey recently, and you would like to learn more about the basic steps, or you just want to refresh your memory as an experienced or an archer that has taken a break for a long time. So welcome. So today we'll be going through the basic archery techniques of recurve shooting. We'll be covering the different steps that is involved when you're on the shooting line getting ready to shoot. This includes knocking off your arrows, setting up, pre-draw, draw, anchor, expansion, release, and finally your follow through. As we all know, the field of play has many lines to indicate where you should always be at all times. Today we'll focus on shooting techniques, so in layman's term, this video is all about where you should be and what you should be doing when you step on the shooting line. Let's jump right into it. So the very first step will be your stance. This is a very important step to make sure that your position and your posture is correct. So when it's time for you to shoot, you will step out to the shooting line, 1 foot over the shooting line, and your feet should be parallel to each other following the shooting line. So your feet should be placed shoulders width apart, and the direction that your feet points should be where your body faces. Make sure that you are standing straight and your shoulders are down. Do not pop out your chest and clench your abdominal muscle. At this point, calm yourself and get ready to load your arrow. To load your arrow, simply place the arrow on the arrow rest. Find your index fletch. The index fletch will be the one that is placed pointing away from the riser to prevent contact when you shoot. For right-handed bow users, the index fletch should be pointing to the left from the riser. For the left-handed bow users, the index fletch will be on the right. Now, a common indication that your index fletch is pointed at the right direction would be that it will be pointed towards you at all time when you load the arrow. And often archers have one fletch of different color to help them indicate where the index fletch is faster during competitions or when they're shooting. However, it is not necessary. Now, it is important that you fletch your arrow correctly so that you may place the arrow at the correct position each time. This will help to eliminate variability in arrow flight caused by inconsistent orientation or potential contact with the bow. We can now move on to placing your knock of the arrow onto the knocking point. You should be able to hear a faint click or feel the click on your fingers. At this point, please make sure that the direction that you're facing with a loaded arrow is towards the target, and there is no potential harm on the field of play or anyone that is on the range at that moment. We can move on to setting up your bow for pre-draw. Moving only your head, look at the target. Grip the bow firmly. You should feel the edge of the grip in between the groove of your palm. This should often serve as an indicator that you have properly placed your hands on the grip. Hook onto the string with your draw hand. Now, you might be wondering, how do I hook onto the string correctly? Different archers hook onto the string differently. This will only be a general guideline on where the string should go on your fingers. Your index finger should be above the knocking point, and the string should be passing the first line of your finger. Your middle finger and your ring finger will be below the knocking point, both the string not exceeding the first line of your finger. It will take some time to get used to, but this is just a guideline. For beginner archers, your shoulders tend to be your weakness. So this step, you should bring your shoulders down as much as possible. We can now move on to the pre-draw phase. Using your bow arm, raise the bow to your face level, and your draw arm should create a slight tension as you raise the bow. Make sure your shoulders remain lowered. At any point, please do not raise your shoulders. Looking at the target, draw your bow slightly, making sure that you draw using your back muscle. Now, I understand that most of you are not used to using your back muscles on a daily basis, so an indicator is that you should feel your shoulder blades moving as you draw your bow. Now that you have drawn your bow slightly, you should be checking that your bow is straight and the string of your bow is aligned to your riser. Just do a quick glance and it should be fine. You are now ready to perform a full draw. Engage your back muscle and maintain tension on your bow arm. Using your draw arm, pull the string back. Hand of your draw arm should move at a slight downwards direction towards your chin. Your draw hand will then tuck underneath your jawline tight. The main contact points that you should be feeling will be your nose, your lip, your chin, your jaw, and for some of you will be your chest. This will ensure that the bow and the body are in the exact same position for every shot, leading to repeatable shot sequence and improved consistency in arrow placement. While maintaining the tension of your full draw, keep your bow hand steady and continue exerting back muscle strength. Look through the sight towards the target and maintain a push and pull motion until you're ready to shoot. You will hear a click from your clicker, and this will indicate that you have achieved your maximum draw length. Once you hear the click from your clicker, you are now ready to release. Relax your finger and let go of the string. A common mistake that archers might have will be the plucking of the string. This would just mean that you are strumming the string as you release, so try to relax your hand and not squeeze onto the string as much as possible. Once your arrow has been shot, do not bring your bow arm down immediately. Let the natural continuation of your shooting motion after releasing the arrow continue. This will be your follow through. This is where your draw arm moves backwards behind the ear or the head, and your bow arm pushes forward, and the tension is maintained until the arrow hits the target. This is a non-action. This is just a reaction to the shot that you have just took. This is indicating proper back tension and a balanced continuous movement. You need to make sure you have a good follow through for consistency and accuracy. It helps to prevent your movement from influencing the arrow flight. While maintaining your bow arm straight, the weights on your stabilizer should bring your bow to swing forward. Let this motion continue until your target has been hit. Only after then you should think about shooting the next arrow. Archery is all about repeating the same motion over and over again for each arrow. So it is important that you maintain your form at all times. So shooting more arrows or shooting at a lesser poundage and making sure that your form is correct is the most important part of archery. So at the beginning stages, make sure that you learn the correct things and make sure that you build up enough strength that you are able to control your form properly. Apart from the physical strength demands, your mental also plays a big factor in your shooting. So a good way is to meditate or calm yourself down through breathing techniques before shooting. And that is it for this guide video. Thank you so much for watching it till the end, and I hope it helped to refresh some of your memories. And for the beginners, I hope you guys have fun in archery. It is a really fun sport, and you keep in mind that your form training is the most important part of your journey, and the results of your scores are just a byproduct of your form. So do not be stressed that you are not hitting all the X10s on the first day. It is more important that you do not hurt yourself and you can shoot at a consistent positioning at all time. And train hard, and hope you guys have fun. It was a great pleasure making this guide video for everyone. See you guys next time. Bye bye.